Hello, fourth graders. Welcome to lesson 6-8, Compare and Order Fractions. Let's get started with a word problem. Jody has equal size bins for the recycling center. She filled 3/5 of a bin with plastics, 1/12 of a bin with paper, and 9/10 of a bin with glass. Which bin is the most full? Okay, so Jody has equal size bins. All the bins are the same size. That means the holes are all the same. She filled 3/5 with plastic, 1/12 with paper, 9/10 with glass. Which bin is the most full? So I guess what we're doing is comparing and ordering these fractions. 3/5, 1/12, 9/10. Compare and order. Make sure you write this down. Okay, so the first way I want to show you how to do this is to think of the number line. All of these fractions are greater than 0, but less than 1 whole. So let's create a number line. Find where your halfway point is. Remember, this is 0, and this is 1 whole. There we have half. So let's think about these fractions. Which fraction seems closest to 0? Hopefully, 1 out of 12 would have struck you as closest to 0. 1 out of 12. I'm going to put that. Let's see. 0 is 0/12 and 1 is 12/12. Half would be 6/12. So 1/12 would be about here. 1/12. All right, now let's see. Which fraction would be closest to 1 whole? Hopefully you think 9/10 would be. 9 out of 10 is close to 10 out of 10. Now let's see, on this number line, the halfway point in tenths would be 5/10, which would mean 9/10 would be about here. Oops, I don't know what happened there. Here's 9/10. Okay, so as you can see, we have 3/5 left. Now I'm going to think about 3/5. I know half of 4 is 2, so half of 5 is more than 2, and 3 is half of 6. Oops, I just want to circle that purple. So when I think of half of 5, it's 2.5, or 2.5 fifths. So 3/5 is more than half. Let's see. I would say 3/5 is probably right around there. Definitely more than half, and that's important for you to know. Okay, so we can clearly see on this number line which is the least, which is the greatest, and which is in between. So when answering this question, which bin is the most full, it would be the bin that's closest to 1 whole. And that would be the bin that is 9/10 full. The bin with glass. 9/10 is greater than 3/5, which is greater than 1/12. Do you hear what that number sentence is saying? 9/10 is greater than 3/5, and 3/5 is greater than 1/12. So that's in order from greatest to least. Another way that we can order and compare fractions is by using a common denominator. 3/4, 3/6, 1/3, 2/12. Look at the denominator in all of these fractions. All right, do you notice a common multiple that all of these denominators share? The least common multiple. Well, one of the best ways to find a least common multiple, hang on a second, I have to fix something here. These commas are really long. Sorry. Comma, oops, comma, comma, comma. Okay, sorry. One of the best ways to find a common multiple is to start with the greatest number, 12, and think of the multiples of 12, and then stop and think of the other numbers. All right, my first multiple is 12. Is 3 a factor of 12? Is 12 a multiple of 3? Why, yes, it is. Is 6 a factor of 12? Is 12 a multiple of 6? Yes, it is. Is 4 a factor of 12? Yes. Is 12 a multiple of 4? Yes, it is. So we're going to change all of these to 12ths. 3/4 equals how many 12ths? 3/6 equals how many 12ths? 1/3 equals how many 12ths? And we already know we have 2 12ths. We don't need to change that. Let me change my color here. Times 3 times 3. 9/12. Times 2 times 2. 6/12. Times 4 times 4. 4/12. All right, so if I look at 9/12, 6/12, 4/12, 2/12, and I'm ordering least to greatest, I'm going to order with the original fractions, but I have all of this work here to help me do that. 2/12 would be first, that's the least. Now 4/12 would be next, but the original was 1/3. Next would be 6/12, but the original was 3/6. And finally, 9/12, which the original was 3/4. So I put them in order from least to greatest with the original fractions, using my equivalent fractions as a tool to help me do so. So here's the final answer. All right. Okay, I'm really challenging you here with your homework assignment. I want you to order these fractions from least to greatest. I want you to find a common denominator for all of them. In other words, one denominator that is a multiple of 10, 3, and 12. Then I want you to place these fractions and label them on a number line from 0 to 1. So in other words, once you're done finding your common denominators and figuring out how they work, you'll have a number line from 0 to 1, and it's always good to locate half. And then, just like I did back here, label where they belong in their original form on the number line. All right, good luck, and I will see you tomorrow.